we're back. Thank you so much for tuning into our continued coverage of EICMA 2018, brought to you courtesy Michelin Tires. Now, we are going back to the stables of Orange, which is KTM. But this time, we're not going to be talking about the 390 Adventure, something that we've all been waiting for. Thank you so much for keeping us waiting, KTM. We're going to be talking about the two new iterations that we are seeing with the 690 platform.
Now, when you talk about the 690 platform, it was unfortunately discontinued because of the Euro emissions. It's making a comeback at EICMA 2018 in two iterations. The first one is going to be the SMC variant, which is essentially the supermoto variant, and the second one is going to be the Enduro variant. Again, like I mentioned before, two different motorcycles catering to two different set of audiences. But what remains common is going to be this engine.
Absolutely. Now, the engine is more beefed up from before, so it produces 73 bhp and 73.5 Newton meters of torque. From a tiny single cylinder motor, where do they extract that much power from? And good news is you can keep belting the engine for longer, because now they've also given us a larger fuel tank from 12 to 13.5 liters as well.
This engine that we speak of, it's a liquid-cooled motor, has seen its place in the Husqvarna as well, in the form of a scrambler as well as a cafe racer. So pretty established out there, making its way onto these two motorcycles here. Okay, adding to that fuel tank bit, I'm just going to chime in a word and say that it gets advanced electronics now. So you have two riding modes, traction control, ABS, as well as a quick shifter.
So in short, a more punchy engine, bigger fuel tank, more electronics, and two different variants. So what is the Enduro variant all about?
Like the name suggests, it's going to be more biased towards an off-road experience. So you have a different set of wheels as well as suspension, more travel on the front as well as the rear. As far as the wheels go, you have a 21-inch at the front and 18-inch wheel at the rear. But that's the Enduro. Supermoto is your kind of thing.
I love supermotos, because I was saying Varun this as well before. If you watch any action movie, the bad guy is always riding a supermoto, because it's just such a badass machine. And if you watch these drifting videos on YouTube of bikes drifting, inevitably it's always a supermoto. But to make it more nimble, the supermoto has smaller tires. It has 17-inch tires around. Both are 17 inches to make it more nimble and pull off all kinds of crazy stunts that we see.
Look at that, look at that. He's a bad boy. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a bad boy.
Are we going to see these machines in India?
With a heavy heart, unfortunately not anytime soon, because there has been news of the 790 that's going to come in. I am not really confident in saying that KTM is going to trace back and get the 690 platform here in India. They really want to see how the 790 performs. So if the 790 does make its way to India, we'll probably see the 790 Adventure and the Adventure R making its way here, which we have already spoken about in another video. Make sure you check that out as well. So just to answer your question in one word, no, it's not coming here.
But one can always dream.
One can always dream.
And hope.
Yep. Meanwhile, you guys can keep dreaming about these motorcycles, and we shall try our very best in getting them to you from EICMA 2000.
But before that, stay tuned till the end of the video, folks, where you can find out how to win some brand spanking new Michelin rubber.